Welcome to On Point. The Grosse Pointe Public School System is working diligently to answer your frequently asked questions, and today we continue a series answering one question at a time so that it's easily digestible. Joining us today to answer the tough question is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Gary Niehaus. So my question today is, what's the difference between walkability and a neighborhood school?
Well, I think it's unique that we have neighborhood schools and walkability, both of those things in the Grosse Pointe Public School System. So both of those have high value ratings for families that are moving into Grosse Pointe, and we know that's important to them. The first and foremost is that neighborhood schools are the people that are within those schools. It's the parents, it's the faculty, it's the staff, it's the students, it's the community members that come in and do volunteer work.
It's that
The neighborhood school feels like a birthday party. It feels like a graduation. It feels like a field trip. It feels like going out on the playground and having time out on the playground after school. It gives our neighborhood schools have baseball games or soccer games or something going on all the way to dark almost every evening. So I think the neighborhood school concept is something that's very unique, and I think it's something we want to have. I think the walkability piece is something that when we started talking about students walking to school, I think it got real quick for me into, are our kids safe walking to school? You know, are they secure walking to school? Are we doing the right things for them? And I think it was only after we got started in this that we had the city of Grosse Pointe beginning to work on CADU and look at the safe walking routes in and around Mayer Elementary School. That was a safe walking route grant that was given to the school district and to the city and to the neighborhood. And one of the things I'd like to see us do is I'd like to see our walkability or safe walking routes be a district-wide concept. It would be something that we could look at to make sure all of our kids are safe getting to school. And if we close a school or we have to find a different path or a different way for kids to go to school, then I think it's our responsibility to work with the municipals to find those safe walking routes that are going to be necessary for our future.
About how many kids walk to school on a given day?
I had people say that we ought to survey our parents to see how many of them bring their kids and how many of them walk. I happen to have taken a unique route to school every day where I pass Kirby and I pass Richard and I pass Mayer. I would give a lot of credit to our parents because there's a lot of kids that do walk to school. But I would say the traffic that brings the kids to school every day is probably 80-20. I would say 80% of our kids are brought by the parents in a car. I'd say 20% of our kids and parents actually walk their kids to school. Mm-hmm. And I think that's on a good sunny day.
I would agree as a mom dropping off, yeah.
If it's a rainy day, snowy day, it probably gets less than that. Yeah. I think one of the other factors of that is just simply how do we help with the traffic in and around the schools? Mm-hmm. Because I think the traffic, you can name the school and I can tell you that we've got issues with traffic at every single one of our schools. And so also doing some traffic studies to see if there's other ways that we can get traffic in and out of the congestion. Most schools, it's a 30-minute morning event and a 30-minute evening event. So it goes away pretty quickly. So I do believe that we can help and work with our municipals and work with others to make this a safe walking route and a traffic study to make traffic better.
And you've already started that process.
Yeah, and I want to make sure our kids are safe and secure.
What else can we do through this transition to help build and nurture that neighborhood school feeling?
Well, I think the first thing we're going to have to do, whatever happens on our board meeting, is going to be we're going to have to learn how to heal. We're going to have a lot of forgiveness and a lot of opportunity for people to have some chances to talk through their differences. A lot of these differences are professional and can be professional, but I think it's important to do like similar to what we did on the north end. We've had 2 play days. The play days on the north end have been organized by the PTOs and then joined this last time by our building principals, and when we get kids playing together and working together out on our playgrounds, and we got parents that are sitting around talking to one another about how they feel about the potential of schools being closed on a north end, I think is a perfect example for us to look at what are we doing to try to bring our community back together again. I think it's important for our PTOs. Unfortunately, over my 4 years here, I think there's been a PTO crisis, at least in one of the buildings, every year, and it has to do with people getting along and having good relationships and working relationships. And I think we're going to have to get back to healing and finding good working relationships with our groups of parents that come in and out of our schools on a day-to-day basis.
If you're interested in helping, please don't hesitate to reach out. Or if you have questions, we are still listening and we want to hear your feedback. Please don't hesitate to send that information to schoolboard@gpschools.org. Thank you.